hello and good morning to YahYah.
Oh, morning there, guys. Thank you for having me.
Morning, YahYah. Okay, that's not obviously your real name. That's your persona.
Born YahYah straight from day one, I'm
I know
guessing.
people are always like, what's it short for? I'm like, nothing. Like, it's made up.
Okay.
Like,
Tell us the story.
You want the story. You want the story behind it. Okay, so I used to live in London for 10 years, moved there when I was 16, and I did music part-time and nannying part-time because all those rich London mums need you to help look after their kids.
Is that an au pair? Is that what they say?
Au pair.
Oh, au
yes,
pair.
it's an
Okay,
au pair.
yeah. Oh.
It's very French.
Fantastic, darling. Tell me more.
Yes, darling. But for this nanny job, I was actually working for family friends from church, and all my family have nicknames. So my sister Tracy is Titi, Jim is Gigi. For Holly, it's hard for a kid to say an H. So what is that, like hol? Like they can't hold the H in their
And
mouth.
L's are difficult too.
Yeah, it's just a hot mess. So one day, Indy, the girl, goes, "YahYah" to me, and I'm like, what? She goes, YahYah. And I was like, oh, I guess my name's YahYah now, like as a joke in the family. Put it as my Instagram name, just like, oh, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
And it was always my nickname before my artist name. And my whole family and inner circle of friends called me that. And then I moved to LA and I phased out my real name and it was just YahYah.
Wow. Cool. How far back are we going in?
I probably, when Instagram started, that's when I had the username Yah_Yah, which I'm gutted I don't have anymore. But yeah, what's that? When did Instagram start?
I don't know.
Do the
I
maths.
don't know either.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Quite a
Very
long
cool.
time.
Yeah,
Thanks for
nice.
giving. You must have told that story how many times? I'm sorry. Did you
Hey.
have to repeat it again?
I'm keen to do it. Everyone wants to know.
Nice to have you in, YahYah.
So tell us your song, Thoughts from My Bed. It's blown up, you could say. People loving it. Tell us the story kind of behind it. Where did it come from?
Yeah, so lockdown, tough times. I actually wrote it the day we went into lockdown last August, was it? That seems like forever ago.
The recent one?
The recent one,
Okay, yeah.
because I just moved back to New Zealand start of last year. I was in the studio the day we go into lockdown. I was feeling a bit weary, a bit exhausted, and my personality is 99% of the time, she's an extrovert. She's the life of the party. Sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I went to the studio. I was so real. I was just feeling just rough, a bit kind of mentally all over the place. And my producer, Will, was awesome. He kind of just let me vent and cry for the day just about how I was feeling. And basically I was feeling overwhelmed about like my purpose in life, like the weight of what I know I want to do but not being there yet, the weight of expectations from friends, knowing through therapy I'm a bit of a people pleaser, so just wanting to overcome that, and a lot of heavy stuff, right,
Yeah.
on one day. I remember writing the lyrics, literally came so quickly. There's a lyric in the song, 2 days in my bed. I was in bed for 2 days sick after pushing myself to the brink at the end of a music video. And that's one of my biggest detriments. Like, I just go so hard that I don't look after myself. And usually physically it suffers, but mentally I was like not in a good place. So yeah, this song is kind of a little bit of a vent, a little bit of a cry for help, but also a doorway for people to be honest to about how they're feeling. So really, really special song for me.
That's awesome, because it must have opened up a conversation with other people who, when you released the song, people must have come back to you and said, thank you so much for
Yeah.
being vulnerable.
Yeah, and that's the dream as an artist, to have that connection with people listening, with the listeners, to say, man, that song really meant a lot to me. And I even had a YouTube comment last night. One of them was like, wow, your voice is so beautiful. Like, this song actually really helped me. I'm like, psh, that's it. That's why I do what I do, just to connect with the listeners.
That's
You jumped
cool.
on your YouTube comments, eh?
Oh, that's a dangerous game.
I know.
Yeah, speaking of keeping your mental health protected, don't read the YouTube comments.
Don't go there, guys. No, this one was a nice one. So I was like, yeah, I'll have a little read.
Nah, cool. And you've also done like a Te Reo version
Yeah.
of this. So how did that come about? And
Yeah.
and what was that like? Because translation between languages is difficult, and not everything lines up, or you have the perfect words. So sometimes, like, how do you go about fitting in the different syllables and everything
Yeah.
into the pattern of the melody, which sometimes doesn't quite correlate, you know?
I mean, sometimes doesn't correlate is an understatement. It is like so many extra syllables in Te Reo. I really wanted to translate one of my songs kind of as an exercise, because I'm about to start a beginner Te Reo course. My mum's Māori, grew up around it but never really learnt it.
Yeah, cool.
So Dame Hiniwe here, who is an absolute icon, she does the whakaoe.
Oh.
She's the queen.
Very cool.
Right? She's amazing. She is a huge advocate for helping artists no matter their journey, like beginner, middle. So we had a cheeky Zoom, and she's like, let's get thoughts from my beard translated, darling. And I'm like, okay, cool. So she had that done for me, connected me with a pronunciation coach, and I'm not kidding, guys, probably like 2.5 months of going into APRA with a whiteboard and sitting there and being like told, whoosh, slap of the wrist by Tanisha, my pronunciation coach. She goes, do you want to sound white? Like, do you want to sound like you're Māori? And I'm like, yeah, I am. She's like, well, then soften your T's. And I'm like, oh gosh, okay, sorry. And she really cracked the whip, made it the track that it is. And then I had Nick Manders record the vocals. He's worked with 660, Brooke Fraser, Big Runga, everyone. So I'm going into the studio kind of sweating. I'd had COVID the week before, and I was like, Lord, make my voice work and sound great in Te Reo. Like, it was kind of just like God had to take over, because I've got a COVID voice, but it actually sounded sick. It lent to it. And,
Awesome.
yeah, I'm like, give me that husk. And Nick coached me through it, and Tanisha, my pronunciation coach, was with me the whole day of recording. So, yeah, I'm super happy with the final
That's
result.
cool.
Yeah.
And that started your journey to actually immerse yourself in your culture.
Yeah. It's the reason I came back, actually. So I came home and I was like, man, I really want to get to know my mum's side of the family. Like, not that we were distant, it's just my whole family and I had lived away from home for 15 years. That's a really long time. You know, a lot had changed. And so I was like, wait, I want to be able to pass on to my kids and the generation to come, like, being around Te Reo in the house.
So good.
And the only way to do that is to fully commit and go all in and be like, you know what, I am a total beginner, but I'm embracing it. I'm being honest about it, and I'm just really, really got a passion to learn it. So, I start a Te Reo course next week. Tahi beginner.
Yeah.
Wish me luck, boys. Whoa, gonna need it.
That's so good, man.
So, yeah,
congratulations for making that decision.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
It'll be good.
You've spent a lot of time overseas, so is it good to be settled back here?
It's the best. I love it. Nothing beats family, and nothing beats a jelly tip ice cream. I'll just give you that. And the Whitakers is just next level nowadays. I'm a happy girl.
Look, they don't sell meat pies in California.
They really don't. I'm like, I want a pie. They're like, pecan pie? I'm like, get out of my face.
Get out, yeah.
Don't even
Cherry
talk to
pie?
me. Will you like some peach pie? No, I don't. I'm not interested.
All right, YahYah, stand by, man. Get that husk on, because
Whoa.
you're going to be singing your new song
Yep.
in just a second. Before we get to that, how can people find you?
I'm very active on the old Instagram. I post everything about gigs and new songs and all sorts. My Instagram is it's YahYah _ so ITSYAHYAH _ and then if you type in YahYah into Spotify and YouTube and all the things, you'll find me there.
Google's always your friend too.
Oh, we love, just put YahYah and then music beside it. If you're like, oh, what does she do? What does she really do? Google.
Big question. You going to stick around in Aotearoa, or are you going to jet?
It'll always be my base. It's lured me back in. It's it's good to be home. Don't see myself making any plans. Cheeky trips, you know. Europe, hello, might go there for a little month or two. Do I have the money for that? I do not.
I was going to say, when was the last time you checked the price of flights overseas? 'Cause
I check it and then I exit out of the tab and I'm like, it's good to be home.
Dude, get that au pair money. Go get
exactly.
that. Go get that.
I need a nanny for some flipping celebs or something. Something needs to change.
Before we go into your song, quick message to anyone who's plugging in right now from you personally.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for listening. Thanks for having me, Life FM. And I've got a lot of gigs coming up. I really like to bring community and unity in my gigs. People actually make friends at my gigs when they come out. So, listen to YahYah music if you want to be a part of the crew, if you want to be a part of the gang. And, I've got some new songs new song that, fingers crossed, will be coming out end of November.
Make sure we know about it, okay?
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is YahYah.
Can I say that I'm not happy? My friends think different of me. Don't know if I'll make it. Don't think I can make it out. Can I be honest with myself? Spent 2 days in my bed now. I'm so close to breaking. I think that I'm breaking down. I can't wake up. I'm struggling to sleep. It's sad I miss who I used to be. I can't seem to find the right side, the right side. I'm caught in the right time with the wrong mind. Know that I should get out of my own head, but these are all the thoughts from my bed. Ooh. Can I say that it's too heavy when there's nobody to hold me? Oh, it's getting louder, harder to hear myself. I know you're doing better cause I held it all together. Never asked me how I'm doing. Know that you expect me just to keep it all together, but the truth is I'm falling apart. I can't wake up, I'm struggling to sleep. It's sad I miss who I used to be. I can't seem to find the right side, the right side. I'm caught in the right time with the wrong mind. Know that I should get out of my own head, but these are all the thoughts from my bed. I just want someone to know that I'm no good on my own. I just need someone to know I can't be on my own. I just want someone to know that I'm no good on my own. Oh, I can't wake up, I'm struggling to sleep. It's sad I miss who I used to be. I can't seem to find the right side. I'm caught in the right time with the wrong mind. Know that I should get out of my own head, but these are all the thoughts from my bed.